HIMS has some really big news. In 2026, they'll be offering a weight loss treatment to people in Canada. And this comes after a acquisition of the European company Zava, which we can read here. They recently acquired a company called Zava, which is based in Europe, but was expanding to Canada. So this was kind of a strategic partnership to acquire Zava, move to Canada. So let's kind of read this real quick. HIMS and HERS announced plans to expand its weight loss program to Canada in 2026. Canada is a major opportunity to show what affordable, high-quality weight loss care can look like. As generic semaglutide becomes available for the first time globally, we're focused on making it truly accessible by combining affordability with trusted, personalized care at scale, which is what the CEO said, Andrew Dudum. Okay? Now, this is huge because so far, the generic semaglutide HIMS offers is only in the US. So I looked up how many people in Canada actually use GLP for weight loss, and it says about 1 million people in Canada actually use this. What we see is HIMS trying to expand its subscriber base into Canada. If we can even capture some of that market share, then that adds on to the subscriber base and also, the quarterly revenue that HIMS will be earning, basically. I was also looking at an article by CNBC that was kind of talking about this big news with Canada. And they said that the Canadian semaglutide market in 2024 generated revenue of $1.18 billion, and it is expected to reach $4.03 billion by 2035. Okay? So, semaglutide is is a growing industry here in the US, but I would say that in Canada, they don't have as much population, but it is a growing market, and people are expecting, $3 billion increase in 10 years. And if HIMS can get in now, it's a growing industry that they can kind of get some of that market share off of. Other semaglutide options are pretty expensive. Even in Canada, I'm pretty sure they're a bit cheaper than the US, but they're still a few $100. And so if HIMS can provide a more generic option that's cheaper, then I think that they'll be able to win a good amount of their market share. So Novo Nordisk actually had a patent for semaglutide, but they haven't paid the fee in years, and so they actually lost that patent. I like this quote here that says, "Making affordable, holistic obesity treatment accessible has the potential to help strengthen the local healthcare system and unlock the potential for millions of Canadians to live healthier, more fulfilling lives," which is from David Minoritz, General Manager of the International Business at HIMS and HERS. What HIMS is trying to do is offer a affordable option to losing weight that doesn't cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These branded versions of semaglutide cost so much more money. And we can even see here on the HIMS website, HIMS actually does offer the branded the branded semaglutide shots such as Mounjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic. But look at the prices, right? $1,900 a month, $2,000 a month. Honestly, yeah, you can pay that if you feel like you want to trust that more. But if it's somewhat of the same compound, you can get the generic injectable shot for $300 a month, or the compounded GLP-1 for $200 a month. And so this is what HIMS is trying to achieve, is help people lose weight with this product, even if it is compounded and cheaper. Another interesting thing is that HIMS House actually posted this on X, that they actually raised their prices of the GLP-1 compound back to $199 a month from $165 a month, okay? Which, from a user point of view, obviously nobody likes to see higher prices, but it's still so much cheaper than the other branded semaglutides. For the customer, I don't think it will matter. For the shareholders, it's really good because that means their margins will actually increase. We see that HIMS is focused on bringing the weight loss treatments not only to the US, to Canada, but probably to the whole world is what they want to do. I think this is good because they can then bring the other treatments that they have coming to Canada and to other markets. I think the GLP and the weight loss treatments is a good start because that's kind of trending. People want it, and the US is kind of first in that regard. And so if people can get on that, lose their weight, and then also see what other products HIMS offers, I think that will be good to retain their customers and subscribers, right? Because HIMS offers so much more than just the weight loss treatments, the GLPs, right? They do sexual health, mental health, dermatology, or skin health. They're going to do menopause and testosterone help. They're expanding in a lot of different ways. I think their focus is the weight loss treatment because it is somewhat trending and they kind of want to be the first to offer a cheaper alternative. I would like to see them focus on other aspects of the business a little bit more, but this might be a good way to get into the Canadian market and then offer those people other treatments as well. So is this news pumping HIMS? I would say not a ton. HIMS today is up 4%, which is not bad. We've kind of been stuck in this range for a bit, as you can see. Since we lost the Novo Nordisk news, which I think was an overreaction, we've been slowly climbing up, and we're making higher lows, higher highs, just slowly. We might be stuck in this range for a little bit. If we can break past, this $52 range, then I think we're going higher to this, $60 range. And so I've been accumulating shares right here, just kind of waiting for that breakout. It might take until earnings to kind of see more of a breakout, but this is a good start because this is further showing that Novo Nordisk doesn't really have as much of a grasp on HIMS that maybe investors thought. I mean, Novo Nordisk lost their patent for semaglutide in Canada. And so HIMS is kind of taking that market share now in 2026. And we haven't heard anything about a lawsuit in terms of Novo Nordisk suing HIMS. I think a lot of investors are proceeding cautiously. They're buying up, but not too fast, just in case a lawsuit does come out. If a lawsuit does come out, we could see HIMS drop a bit more, maybe to the $30 range, which would be an incredible buying opportunity. But, my strategy is buy the dip, buy when you have cash available, and just DCA, which means you just buy the dip and constantly bring your cost basis lower and lower. And over time, in 5 years, this company could be a global company helping people afford healthcare at a cheaper cost and a lot quicker. Which is kind of how the world is moving. We're moving to a telehealth society where maybe we don't want to see a doctor every time we have something, and we can just, order our sexual health pills online or order the weight loss treatment online. And obviously it's, monitored by real doctors, but the face-to-face thing won't be as popular in the future. I mean, so overall, although this didn't pump HIMS back to $70, I don't think it would. I think investors are a little cautious about the lawsuit. That may not even happen. Overall, this is bullish, in my opinion, for HIMS, and it gets me excited as an investor because they'll be expanding to not only Canada, but hopefully to Europe and every other country to help people afford expensive or previously expensive healthcare opportunities. Obviously, this comes with risk, so you have to be prepared with a stock as volatile as HIMS. Do your due diligence, understand the company, and be prepared for downswings because it could happen. When you're dealing with people's health, lawsuits could occur, right? The thing about HIMS is that they have such a good board of directors who are overseeing all of the projects that I think they are following the rules and they're doing everything pretty safely. Now, if people started to leave the board or come up with concerns, then I would probably be concerned as an investor. So Am I buying HIMS at this price? Absolutely. I think $50, $10 billion market cap is a steal for HIMS, and I'm just excited to see where this company goes. They continue to execute, they continue to make billions of dollars. 100% growth quarter over quarter is insane, and I'm excited to see what the next earnings report comes with here in the next month or two. So that's what we'll be watching to see if they're still executing, if their subscribers are growing. And yeah, so if you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. And yeah, thanks for watching.